And we're back with Mick Chat's fan commentary with Mike McG here at youtube.com/Mike McGTV. Joined again by Max Andrews from 3 Geeks Network over at youtube.com/3 Geeks Network. And before we get started on this episode 4 of Daredevil Netflix titled In the Blood, I want to ask Max a little bit about kind of one of his favorite Daredevil stories, one of his favorite Daredevil arcs, as it were, and why it should be worth reading as much as seeing adapted to television.
Yeah, you are, of course, talking about the part of the Frank Miller run on Daredevil, The Man Without Fear. They pull heavily from this. I've got the trade right in front of me. Yeah, they just pull a lot of aspects. The Daredevil costume for most of the show is the costume that he's rocking in this comic book. It was 100% made up in this comic book. Yeah, written by Frank Miller, art by John Romita Jr. And this is just your classic Daredevil story. It is the origin, but it's just got some really great beats in it where, like, as a kid, Matt Murdock beats up the thugs who killed his father. And it gets a little, believe it or not, it gets a little more kind of gritty than the show does with some of its aspects. So that's why I really like it. It's, I think, some of Frank Miller's best work. And yeah, I'm really glad that they pulled from this for the show. I'd really say give it a read because, yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites. I have it in my personal library. It's worth checking out.
Nice. Cool. So, yeah, the great Frank Miller. Well, great then, kind of okay now.
Yeah.
There was a period where he kind of went off the reservation, but okay. Whatever. But at the same time, yeah, check out Man Without Fear. And, well, we might as well just get right into it now with episode 4, In the Blood. Hopefully we get, this is, I believe we got another great kind of action sequence towards the end of the episode, right? In this one?
Oh, yes. And there's also much Daredevil falling through things in this episode.
Oh, yeah. Now I remember. Yep, it's all coming back to me now. But anyways, again, as it has been for previous episodes, you won't hear the audio on our side of things for copyright reasons, of course. But just make sure your episode 4 is all synced up at the 0 starting point. And we will count down from 3, 2, 1 to, what should the word be this time, Max?
We'll go with, oh man, I should think of this before we start, and then I never do. 3, 2, 1.
Something from Man Without Fear, maybe.
Yeah, we'll say. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go Foggy. 3, 2, 1, Foggy, and that'll be it for today.
All right. Would you want to do the honors this time around?
Actually, yeah, I would be honored, sir.
Good. All right, Max, count us down.
All right. So prep your thing. We are on episode 4, In the Blood. Get yourself at all zeros, and in 3, 2, 1, Foggy.
Netflix. Home of the Inspector Gadget cartoon. Which I couldn't think of anything at the time. No. I just saw it was on there under like kids stuff.
Yeah.
Here we go. The Yucatan prison, Siberia, or a gulag, maybe. Now, I thought this was kind of, again, going back to what I've been talking about, like there's no wasted characters at all. Like these Russian brothers that were introduced, I believe in, was it the first episode? Yeah.
Yeah, you see them.
Yeah, you see them. They're in that little meeting with Madame Gao and
Cabal.
And what's his name? Nobu?
Nobu.
Yeah. Nobu and the dude from Shawshank Redemption who plays Owlsley. But yeah, like even here, you know, this is all you need to establish like their relationship as brothers is like this little flashback to when they were in the rough and tumble of it all.
And you pretty just much understand where they're coming from. Like it's brutal.
Yeah, as we're gonna see here, the way they go about getting tools is
this is the supremely old school version.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That is the cleanest looking
rib bone.
No meat or nothing off of that thing.
Oh my goodness. Do you think he ate the meat off of that?
No, he just scraped it off, if anything. If there was anything to scrape off, dude, it's like, yeah. You don't know how long they're in his prison. This dude might just be, well, yeah, he's pretty scrawny. He's a pretty scrawny old dude, so.
Like, you get kind of hungry. Well, I mean, of course, rats have been eating that guy, so he probably didn't want to eat it.
Yeah, probably.
This is just brutal. I would have never thought of this scene, you know?
Lovely description. Flesh squishing. Where we will rule as kings. Ugh.
That is the most badass shiv you can end up with, I'm pretty sure.
Holy God. I just realized that I picked the right font for this because that flashback card had the exact same font as our title card.
All right, there we go.
I didn't mean to do that at all. Nice.
You're not going to get any copyright trouble for that, are you?
Yeah, the font is Futura, by the way, for anyone interested. Because I'm sure that was the burning question on all these things. It's like, what font
There's a guy falling through something.
Okay, should we take a shot every time some dude falls off of something, including Daredevil?
Yes.
Cool.
I was trying to think of a Daredevil drinking game, and that is definitely one of the rules.
Double shot for a shot of Matt breathing heavily.
Mm-hmm.
He breathes heavily a lot.
Yeah. I mean, he gets tired beating people up, you know?
Yeah.
Exhausting.
You know what Steve Rogers would say to that? Walk it off.
If you get hurt, die, walk it off.
Rosario Dawson makes her return to the series here.
Yes.
And she's got a really good scene in this.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite scenes with Rosario Dawson in it. I mean, she just kills it every time she's on the screen. I have nothing bad to say about her, but this is definitely one of the better scenes with her in it.
You know what I would love to kind of see someone do is to kind of do a homemade version of this title sequence. Like they do those homemade movie trailers.
Yeah.
And like where they faithfully recreate the trailer down to like the second. But they use just it's no special effects, no nothing. It's like I would love to see someone try to do that with that opening sequence. Like just find a way to pour stuff on the other stuff and make it look like that.
I don't know that you could, but I mean, like people on the internet, they try a lot harder than I do. So.
Challenge has been issued, internet. Figure that out.
Thrown down the gauntlet.
Now, does she still not know his name's Matt yet at this point?
No, she doesn't find out until the end.
Okay, that's what it is. Yeah. Oh, it's not until like she actually goes to his place at one point.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, damn, Charlie. Well, he might not have done 35 years of kung fu, but dude is ripped.
Yep. Yeah, he's definitely got the abs going.
He was just like, can we do another take of that? Let me just tighten. There we go.
Take the shirt off real quick. Good to go. No, but kudos to Charlie Cox for keeping his shirt on for most of this.
That is true. Despite Matt Murdock being the ultimate like Lothario of the Marvel universe,
yeah,
like he maintains a pretty kind of civilian casual thing really well. Oh, she kind of crushing on Bay now.
Likes him.
Oh, you gotta love those meet cutes where you find a dude dying in a dumpster.
Like that's just a really interesting story. You're like, how did you meet? It's like, well, he got thrown into a dumpster because he was beating up Russians for kidnapping a child.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I found him, just there, bleeding, looking cute as ever.
And again, kind of like tying into the idea of like, them being average people just doing extraordinary things, very much along the lines of what Batman does too, is like, the wear and tear shows physically on them. They're not going to be like Captain America or like Superman. They just heal from it, or it's like you see like the wear and tear. You see the mileage essentially.
Right. Yep. There's a whole bunch of mileage on Matt Murdock. Goodness sake, man, he gets effed up in this show.
A lot, dude. He gets buried in a building and everything like that. It's like now she's still in hiding, right? Technically, from because the Russians know that she helped them at one point or another.
Or no, they don't know about her just yet. But
They know that he was in her apartment or apartment building at one point.
The dude was found outside of her apartment, so yeah, they don't know anything, but he's just keeping her. He just told her to, wait it out just in case.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Just a simple like hop, skip, and a jump over the thing. You don't need an elaborate CGI Daredevil taking off into the night. Okay, now here's where we get. We mentioned this before in some previous episodes, the Marvel references, as it were, and there is kind of a heavy-handed thing shared between these two, but I think it works for the most part. Wesley, the ultimate dick. Bele's taxi. Yeah, and I mean, here's the whole thing too, where they're fed up with all these shenanigans, and ultimately they're like, "Listen, Aaron boy, we want one-on-one time with the main dude.
You will put me in a room with your boss, or I will kill family."
Well, Kingpin's one up to you there.
But I like this guy. Not the sissy brother, but the not the one in the background, but the what is his name? Not Anatoly, but the other one. Starts with a V.
Anton? Or no, is it? I can't remember. They'll probably say it at some point. Well, would you really call the one in the back the sissy one? Because he's bold enough to go do something later. Maybe not the smartest one, but definitely I wouldn't call him sissy.
Yeah, I mean, like he's just, he's more willing to acquiesce.
Vladimir.
There we go. Yeah. I mean, how do we not pull that? That's Russian as you get. But, like Vladimir's just got no give. This dude is, all just, he's got the wicked scar coming down his face. He's badass. He doesn't take shit from nobody. And the other guy's like, yeah, I don't care about taking. I'll take some shit. That's fine. So I don't. He's not a sissy, but he's not Vladimir.
Yeah, I wonder if he lords it over him to some degree. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Who was one who broke ribs to get knives for you?
Always with the ribs.
Always with the ribs. Never going to leave that down. Oh man. We said that at the same time.
Wesley with his poorly veiled anger, like, look, man.
Yeah, you can tell he was pissed off just by hearing the F word. And by F word, we mean Fisk. Like, even then, it was just like, yeah, as soon as he said Fisk, like, you see just a brief, like, twinge from Wesley. You're like, crap.
Yeah, and it's like the whole tone changes, too, like, when you even mention his name. Like, just...
It's like, okay, whatever negotiations you thought you had going on here, officially done now. It's like...
Well, look what he did to my face.
Yeah. Whatever, dude. What happened to that one dude's back on the taxi?
Oh, man, yeah. And like he just drove off too. Like I got chucked 2 stories down onto the taxi, onto the hood of the car, and the guy just drives off.
Okay, so they're gonna go wake up their dude who was left dangling.
Yeah, left in a dumpster, just for better or worse. I'm like, who called the cops for that guy? How did he end up living?
Yeah, well, that same kid who found Matt was stupid enough to be like, "Oh, this guy needs help too." It must be.
Backs him up to Claire's room.
She's like, "You idiot! Why are you bringing him up here? I just saw this dude." I mean, he's just like, "Man, there's sure a lot of bodies being dumped in dumpsters tonight."
Sorry, Mike. My dog's freaking out. I gotta take care of this 1 second. Hold it down.
I'll hold down the fort. Just keep it running. It's all good. But anyways, I love this development here. Karen's really taking the initiative to bring things more to a head with the Union Allied fiasco, and Ben's playing kind of the apprehensive one to a point, just because he's been around the block a couple of times, knows a lot. He's very experienced when it comes to criminals doing whatever it takes to keep their secrets secret.
But this is also what I like about Ben Urich, because he's like, I told you to get out of it.
Meanwhile, he was the one who was like chomping at the bit earlier too with the other guy. It's a trickle down of like people telling other people not to do something. Retired gangsters like, Ben, don't do this. Don't pursue this. Ben to her, I've heard from another guy that I shouldn't pursue this, so I'm telling you to not pursue this.
But I mean, like, at least, he's keeping everybody informed. He's like, look, man, you shouldn't be here. This ain't for the faint of heart.
Well, he's a journalist. He's got to keep people informed. There's going to be a pink line, for love of God.
Yeah, man, that pink line's coming for real. I'm pretty excited to find out what color they picked.
I hope Punisher in the second season, like, he's looking around and all of a sudden he's just like, I need to get on a subway for some reason. Pink line. Thank God the pink line's in operation.
The Hell's Kitchen pink line.
I like how it's a little bit of feeding into his ego, but at the same time, like, throwing the mirror on him a little bit, being like, look what you did. Look what when you were fearless, when you were a man without fear, look what you accomplished as a journalist.
Oh, that's the comic book I'm going to read. Ben Urich, Man Without Fear.
Damn straight it is.
Tops getting the story.
But I like that too. Like, she throws it back in his face in a way.
Yep. I mean, throughout this whole thing, she kind of like has to show him that she's not like, she's not going away. And, he eventually just like lets her, brings her to the fold, and they start working together as a team. But at first he's trying to help her by keeping her at arm's length, and B, he's like, most people aren't gonna do what it takes to get the story out. They don't want to. The cost is really too high for a lot of people.
And that's why I like about her character, especially through this, is that it's not one of those things where she is the damsel, where it's like, oh, she got herself into trouble and needs rescuing. It's more like, no, she's doing all she can against this insurmountable force, and you know what? She doesn't come out of it fully intact, but at the same time, she ain't backing down from it. And she doesn't really need ultimately, like, she kind of, in a way, kind of rescues herself to a certain degree.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with
that. Oh, here. So he's bringing up the prison time. Never lose what we had again, especially not our pride. Yes. Hello, ribs.
Hello. It took me 3 hours to pull ribs from man.
You preaching to choir, brother. Like, don't tell me what's at stake.
I am Vladimir.
Ouch.
I like how they just like tossed all that dude's like comfort stuff out of the way too. Just like took his.
Yep. Get ready to be in pain, man. Oh. I like that. Second guessing for a second, like,
that was the right stuff, right? No, that was the coke. Crap,
dude. Can you imagine having an adrenaline rush and waking up to that shit? That would be so horrible.
I mean, because this just proves that he was eventually going to wake up, right? And he might have been fine.
Yeah, well, yeah, he was like comatose or something, but yeah, all it took was a little adrenaline boost, and man, waking up with a tube down your throat and everything. Oh man,
poor Semyon.
Semyon.
I mean, he's just trying to do his thing in the Russian mob. And he gets chucked off a roof. He gets beat up, chucked off a roof. He got that nerve in his eye stabbed out.
Yep.
And then his friends come.
And aren't very friend-like.
No, not at all.
Okay, yeah. So now they're rummaging through her stuff.
Yeah.
There's no nosy neighbor being like, "Hey, could you keep it down?" Except for him or her, or no, him. Yeah, sorry. What's his name? Stupid kid.
Mind your own business. Dude, the last time you didn't mind your own business, you pulled a dude out of a dumpster. Stop bothering people. And
all right, now we can talk a little bit more about Fisk here. Now that we have more Fisk going on.
Yeah.
I love what D'Onofrio does with this performance. Like, he tries to play it like so refined and collected, but then again, you can tell there's just some nervousness and something like that, some agitation building up. Even in the last episode, where really all you saw of him before his full-on profile and face was the twitching of his finger a little bit.
Right.
It was like, yeah, I love those little details. And you know what? D'Onofrio's all about those little details. Like, he'll weave a very complex role, except when he's the bad guy in Jurassic World.
But then you're in Jurassic World and no one does anything complex.
Yeah, exactly. So, but now I love this. Like, yeah, he's barely in control of this civilized man about town routine.
Well, I mean, it's like he knows he can't even pull that off. So, like, he just spends all this time in seclusion. So it's like, I don't know. It's a little different because whenever he gets into a social situation, you can tell how uncomfortable he is.
Yeah, he is really socially awkward, but that doesn't stop him from, dominating over people's lives, essentially. Now, does he go back to the rabbit in the snowstorm?
I think he already bought it.
He bought it already? Okay.
It's a different painting right there.
Would you really... When I was back home, dude, I went to Columbus Museum of Art, and I saw a lot of the modern pieces. I don't know, man.
Hey, man. It's not about what's on the canvas. It's about how it makes you feel. And if it makes you feel indifferent, then you probably shouldn't buy it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's modern art I really kind of dig for a design standpoint and everything like that. But for let's say $50,000 for a blank canvas with one red dot in the center of it, I don't know about that kind of stuff, man. Like, I'll appreciate stuff for its construction and everything like that. Like, because there are
a Japanese flag. Someone paid $50,000 for a Japanese flag.
Not even that. I'm not even talking about a big dot, too. I'm talking about one little, like, someone just put a little fleck of paint on there, and that's it. $50,000 just because it's got the famous name attached to it.
Yeah, man. See, like that red painting in the back there. I could deal with that in my house. I just definitely wouldn't pay for it,
If it came with, yeah. Like,
yeah, I would leave it if it came with the house. Like, oh, look, art, and now I can look classy. But I definitely wouldn't buy it.
So, like, here, like, I like their chemistry a lot. Like, you can tell, like, she's like, okay, he's kind of charming. It's like there's some quality about him. But
because right now he just seems shy.
He just seems like a shy guy. But then later on, when you know full well what he's capable of and what he does, she's just like, oh, okay, cool. I don't know. And that's the thing, is like, I don't think Vanessa is as stable a character in the Marvel universe. I mean, stable with regards to her appearance. She just appears when it's convenient for him to have a wife.
Right.
Like, I don't think she's ever really been.
Well, yeah, they did like one big run with her, where like it was sort of like this, where like something bad had happened and Kingpin kind of gets taken off of his game because he's actually she's the one person in the world he really worries about.
Right. Well, I think in the Ultimate universe, in the Ultimate Marvel comics, like, it's established that she's like terminally ill or something.
Huh.
But then again, like she only shows up for like a scene to kind of show like that Kingpin has a sensitive side.
Yeah.
Where she's a character of convenience, I feel at times.
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly just to show like the humanizing, like just to make it so he's not this, robot who's just trying to take over New York City for some strange reason.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I liked what they did with her in this. I didn't feel like, I mean, other than the gigantic leap of rationality that she takes, but
right, yeah.
I don't know. I still liked her. I still dug it. Yeah, like you're saying, I like their chemistry together, and it works.
And she's definitely not like sleepwalking through the role at all. Like she's doing really good work with it. It's
and
just,
I mean, even up to like there's scenes coming up in this episode where she's like, I don't know if I want to do this or not. Like, I mean, it was pretty spot on, I thought.
Yeah. She's got a very regal, air about her, I want to say. Like you could tell she's a very sophisticated woman in that sense and has a lot of poise to her and isn't really, I mean, she goes into her background a little bit, I believe, and it's just like she's not one to back down from challenges. And maybe that is part of the appeal, I guess, is that she's not going to back down from something difficult. Essentially from that. Yeah, okay, I talked myself into liking the leap in logic.
But what I will be interested to see in season 2 is if they have her kind of like running things for Wilson while he's in.
She got away, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Well, that's the thing is like, yeah, I wonder what if she has any involvement or not. Like that's the thing too, is like, does D'Onofrio have any involvement at all in season 2? Like even just an appearance or not,
He's got to. I mean, I think he's still the Kingpin, even if he's in jail. It's going to be like your Goodfellas situation,
Yeah, where it's like he may be caged, but he still has. There you go, like that shot right there in a big feature film movie that would have been a digital stuntman, but no, I'm guessing that was someone real.
Yeah, that was a real parkour dude right
That's
there.
a real parkour guy. All right, well, now we're going to get down to the thick of things. Yeah. Oh, crap.
He's mad. He's not happy.
I love that too, that like he immediately ditches the
walking stick?
The walking stick and the facade that like he is quote unquote helpless.
Yeah.
And he obviously knows like where everything is.
Yeah, he throws it away in a dumpster.
Men speaking Russian. Men conversing in Russian.
Yes.
Sorry, it's just fun to read the subtitles sometimes. Yeah.
Oh man.
And her neighbor comes back. Oh yeah, her neighbor like gives him the clue later on.
All beat up in the kitchen or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, okay, now you went if he's not still in the apartment, if you went downstairs and got your ass kicked by 2 dudes, and then your friend got kidnapped, like, why would you go back downstairs again?
Okay, no speak English. I guess I don't know. Now that guy, that Anderson Cooper looking dude,
Yeah,
he looks a lot like a villain from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He looks like what's his name, Reinhardt or whatever.
Yep, he does look like that guy.
That would have been kind of cool. It's like, oh, this is what he does in his spare time when he's not working for the Hydra Death Cult.
Oh, the tie-in!
He's an auctioneer.
It's the S.H.I.E.L.D. Daredevil crossover.
I had to imagine at some point, maybe something like it doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, like it might be a reference or something like that, or just like the incident, yada yada yada. But or
yeah. I'm not looking for like a full on like guest star.
Yeah, but I don't think they'd even go too far into that, just because like of the difference in the ratings of the shows.
Yeah, I guess so.
So they may not, because like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. any kid can watch.
You can get regular gloves.
Yeah, Agents is definitely more the family brand of it.
I'm podcasting, so it's okay.
It's all good.
It's okay.
I love this. Almost James Bondish or Mission Impossible type of like
Yeah, it's definitely got the Mission Impossible feel to it.
to your left. To your left.
Should you choose to accept it? This folder will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Man, these auctions are getting more and more risky with every year. That's not even me saying it's a secret mission. That's just the way they set up the programs for the auction, man.
And then she pulls her face off, and it turns out she's Matt Murdock.
All right. I think. Oh no, not quite yet. They're just bringing her to the hideout.
Yep, this is where it's coming up though. I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited. No, she's like a force of nature with this.
And I like that too. She's fighting them 100%. Like
There we go. Yeah, it's not like she's letting it be easy for them.
She's already kind of beat up.
Yeah, I know that. I mean, what you were saying about the ratings of the show with regards to like, yeah, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is definitely more the family brand. With here, it's like with Daredevil, it's like they full on like punch women in this movie. In this show. It's like, oh my God.
Yep. Hey man, equality.
I guess. Yeah. It's got a light side and a dark side to it.
Women can get punched just the same as men.
Yeah. All right, here we go. He's going to give him the clue. Yep, they're going to hurt her because of you.
Go home, Santino. Fuck, dude, you've been through enough.
If he learned anything, I don't think we even see him again in the series at all.
If it was me, you wouldn't have seen me this time.
So from here on out, just stay in your apartment. Don't go near any dumpsters.
Oh man, I would have agoraphobia like a mother.
Don't go near any open doors.
Nope.
Just mind your own business, dude.
I'm not leaving because I know nothing bad has happened to me in here.
I gotta say, one of my favorite cliched things in television and movies is sophisticated power plays at fancy dinners. I love that stuff.
Yeah, man.
Someone twirling a glass of red wine while speaking about one thing, but actually talking about something else. Yeah.
Coming out of your shell, Wilson.
Again, like, yeah, like here's the whole deal. It's like, you know what? If this was just a regular kind of romantic type of scene with just about a shy guy and a woman who's, clearly trying to just figure out what he's about.
Yeah.
It'd be great. It'd be like I totally buy these two.
Yeah.
That type of scene. But the fact that you got that undertone that it's about something else completely.
Yes.
It's about this unstable as hell dude and this poor woman who's about to jump into more than she bargained for.
Oh man. Man, it's like, the foreshadowing with the cufflinks. And you just know, like, if you've seen the series, like what that means. And
oh man,
there's more weight to it.
Yeah, exactly. It's those little gestures. And again, it's like if they hadn't gone into depth about that later on, I could just chalk that up as being like, okay, that's just a character quirk. That's just something maybe he made up for his character. Like
right.
He's obsessed with his cufflinks, whatever. Or but the fact that they go in depth about those little details just shows how much care there was in the writing and crafting of this series.
Yeah, and it definitely shines through. I freaking love this show.
I couldn't be an extra on this show because you have to kind of do the background acting and so forth. And it's a little easier when it's for projects you don't really care about.
Yeah.
Or when you're like in big group shots. But like, for example, if I was an extra in this background somewhere, I would just be transfixed on what's going on at that table. I wouldn't forget pretending to order cheesecake or whatever, or tasting my wine. I would be right there, like that empty spot right there to her right. I'd be right there like this with my hand, my head in my hands, like just staring. Like
yeah, just blatantly staring at him. You got one of those like police audio things so you can hear every part of the conversation.
Like
Okay, here we go. Rosario Dawson, Rocky Round 4.
Oh man, you gotta love because here's the whole deal. Yeah, she's kind of playing very vulnerable right now and hurt, but as soon as the mood shifts in this,
oh man,
as soon as the mood shifts, like she brings fierceness.
Yeah, it's just like she has nothing to give him. You know, like I don't even know. Like,
and she's telling him the truth too, because she really doesn't know who he is. I'll give you a general description of what he looks like. White male in his 30s or 20 or 30s,
brown hair, blind. Actually, that would be enough.
Here we go. Yeah, the blind thing, honestly. All right, here we go. When she starts laughing, when the sobbing goes from sobbing to laughter.
Yep, and she realizes what's going down, and I like how she just like slinks underneath the car because she knows it's about to go down.
There we go. Here we go. Oh man, Rosario kills it. She's like, "You want to know his name? Ask him yourself." Like she doesn't say it like I do, but. Oh man, yeah, there we go. That sly, like I'm gonna bring my head down because they have guns and I know better.
Yep, this is about to get brutal.
And again, we were talking about all the fighting on this show. Everything. Here's where it does kind of get a little elaborate because he's doing stuff like striking from a distance in the dark. Yeah. You know, there's gunplay involved. He's using the environment around him, like he snagged that dude with a cable.
Right, and then that dude shot another dude.
Yeah. So this is a little bit more elaborate when it comes to the fight scene, but I don't know, man. Yeah, like
most Batman this show gets.
Yeah, like that's what I was thinking. It's like out of all the fight scenes so far, like this one definitely has the most Batman-ish qualities to it, where you don't see him, and that's the terrifying part of it.
Right.
Like I mentioned this before, I believe in another podcast or another video log, but like one of the most effective scenes from I'd say Batman Begins was his first night out, where you don't see him at all, and he's just picking off
by one.
Yeah, he's just picking off dudes one by one, and that's actually scary. But like even here, like I kind of had similar feelings. I'm like, dude, where's he coming from? You don't even see him. He's just a blur of motion, or you think, and then stuff's getting thrown at you.
He throws a tire iron.
Tire iron at him. Yeah.
And I just like to, like, you hear everything, like you hear it going through the air. And like it's just great. I like this whole scene. I'm walking out. No, you're not.
Again, yeah, he's not really putting on like a Batmanish voice for this. Like he's not over exaggerating. Like you just feel like he's a really pissed off dude.
Yeah.
Just a really pissed off dude who knows he's in control of the situation. There we go. There's the up close and personal, though, and all the bone cracking to go with it.
Oh man, I love this. What?
There we go. You get him, girl.
Oh man, and then like it's just such a great performance. Like I mean, just breaks down.
I mean, yeah, she delivers on all levels with this character. And again, it's just a testament to the quality of the show, I think, and the quality of the writing. Is that like at no point do you feel like anyone is not giving it their all in this?
Yeah, and then of course with the exception of Vanessa, like we've been talking about with her giant leaf, no one like because you can see, like she's not gonna sit there and like talk mad smack to that dude as he's knocked out on the ground. Like she just went through a lot, like. It took all she had to hit that dude with a baseball bat, and then she just lost it. Like, I thought that was just hyper, just really grounded, and then that's how people would react.
Yeah. I know what you're kind of saying too. It's like to kind of make her more of like an empowered character. I want to say like a lesser writer probably would have written in those scenes of like lording it over.
Yeah.
Whereas with here, it's like it's subtle enough. It's like she gets her moment of strength, her moment of like. F you, but then at the very end of it, it's very much like, you know what? I've just been through a lot of shit.
I just got kidnapped
It's not even so much. It's very much like what we would have done probably if we were in the situation. It's like, okay,
I would have been peeing my pants. I would have sung all the songs they wanted to hear already. They would have got all the info out of me, and I would have been dead already on the street somewhere.
I like this scene where he kind of acknowledges like, okay, you won me over, but I'm still telling you to back off. I'll take the heat for this, but
you are just a civilian.
You're clearly out of your depth.
You're out of your element, Donnie. Shut up.
Yep. That's the extreme you're willing to go to, Karen.
Oh, yeah, made him look like a pedophile.
Well, she's already had a dead guy in her apartment, so...
Yeah, so she's already, like, a murderer in the public eye.
Yeah, so it's like... And that's probably what's going through her mind, too. It's like, I've already had horrible stuff happen to me. It's like, how much more can they do?
Well, I mean, yeah, they almost killed her twice. Like...
Third time's a charm.
Maybe. Actually, no, they don't.
No, I don't think they go after her at all, really, in that sense anymore. But yeah.
Ben, you're laying down the ground rules.
I was about to say, yeah, it's like, all right, if we're going to do this, let's do it in a way that doesn't get me killed.
Or you killed.
Or you killed. But mostly me. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Don't talk publicly about it.
You know what happened the last time you tried to do something publicly about it?
Doesn't mean you can't talk privately, though.
Oh, man. Can you imagine just like you walk down here to everyone in your crew either messed up or dead?
The man in black. Here they come. The Galaxy Defenders. Oh, wait. Sorry.
Oh, man. I will laugh if Daredevil ends up on the Guardians of the Galaxy somehow.
The most fish out of water story that Marvel's ever told yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Anthony again with the ribs, brother. Listen to me.
How many times must you mention ribs?
Oh, well, he sends him up. So, yeah, this is kind of his fault anyway, so.
Yeah.
But then again, he was like, go make the deal, but be tactful about it. Don't do what you're going to do here.
Yeah. I mean, you come into the restaurant, right? You see he's with his lady friend. And you still feel like now's the time? That's
like if Jimmy Olsen, who should know that Clark is Superman, because everyone knows Clark is Superman, because they should. But it's like if Jimmy Olsen went up to Lois, who clearly has no idea that Clark is Superman because she's stupid like that, but went up to him in a restaurant and was like, Superman, the city's on fire.
Yeah. And also, I never liked that they made Lois Lane unable to spell. What kind of reporter can't spell?
Well, that's just in the movies.
But still.
It was a different time, man.
She's a reporter. That's her job.
Yeah, it was a different time.
Yeah. Anywho.
I don't know. I mean, I like Margot, what Margot Kidder did with, I almost said Margot Robbie. Can you imagine Margot Robbie forget her as Harley Quinn. Can you imagine her as Lois Lane? Anyways, Margot Kidder says a lot like, Lois was in the movie was a great role model for like female empowerment, but then it's like, yeah, but she can't spell.
Right. Oh man, yep. This doesn't make no kind of sense.
All right. Well, we're adding some stuff to the office little by little here.
Just buying some stuff that don't work.
Oh, I just realized how this episode ends. I just remembered.
Yeah.
It's this episode.
Uh
Yeah. Okay. Now I remember.
huh. I love Fox in this butcher story. Man, I just really wanted him to have a hockey stick at some point in time.
Yeah, that's true. Or a goalie's mask. No, he wasn't the goalie. He was the.
He
was
he was one of the guys skating around, but
yeah.
Oh,
One of the not goalie.
one of the other 10 guys.
I like the role reversal here. We start out with her patching him up, and now he's patching her up.
Yeah,
good symmetry show.
I feel like at some point in time, just from off camera, someone should just throw him a hockey stick. What? And then he just like throws it down and walks off. But like, just get it in there.
Season 2's coming up. He and Karen go like shopping in a mall or something.
They use the pink line to go buy a hockey stick for his niece.
Them riding the pink line. He just got a hockey stick right there on his shoulder.
Yes, then I will finally be happy.
I love it. So far we need a Mighty Ducks reference, the pink line to return, and something else. We need something borrowed, something new. Oh, tell me it was worth it. Again, it goes back to her character. Like, she's putting so much faith and trust into this dude that she doesn't even know.
Yeah. And it's also like, she's figuring out who he is, but like through her, he's learning. Is like, you're right. Like, I don't have any, there's no strategy for this. I'm just kind of out there doing it.
Yeah, it's all just very like reacting as opposed to like going in with a set plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, at this point, yeah, he definitely. That's the one thing I really like about Daredevil too is in these iterations, he is kind of always questioning his mission, if there's the mission at all.
Yeah, or if he just lost it.
Like with someone like with Batman, you never get that sense from him really. I mean, at times some writers dabble with it, but like with him, it's always about the mission. Like there's no other focus. But with him, it's like it's complex. Like
yeah, the only time Batman thinks about like if he's doing what he's doing is right is after a gigantic loss. Like Robin died.
Yeah,
So,
and
doing this?
A sidekick needs to die for Batman to start questioning himself.
Yes.
Or
rather, he needs to get a child killed for him to start.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. A kid needs to die for Batman to really start questioning his methods. Here, Daredevil just needs to like stub his toe, and he's like, his whole world's thrown out of.
Yeah. Am I doing the right thing?
Oh man, I have the wrong colored tie on tonight. Why, God? Why?
I'm doing the right thing.
Well, I mean, that's the thing with Daredevil. Like, out of a lot of the characters, aside from maybe Spider-Man, Daredevil's a lot about guilt, quite a bit.
Well, he's like the uber Catholic.
Yeah, it comes with probably his religious aspect of it too. Yeah, his Catholicism, but him and Spidey, they're all about like shoveling guilt and responsibility all on themselves.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's a New York thing.
maybe.
Of course, like the preacher feels no guilt.
Maybe it's the impoverished New York superhero angle.
Yeah, it's got to be it.
Anyways, so she figured out who he kind of is.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. She's not full on. She just knows that he's a guy who can kick people out of restaurants, really, at this point, and he might have some seedy dealings. All in all, though, the dessert was really good, I'm guessing.
They didn't stay for it.
Damn it, Russian guy!
Oh no, were they eating it?
I don't know. I don't think they'd even started yet.
Oh yeah,
ruined the night, Russian dude. It would have been perfect if they just gotten one taste of the dessert.
What a jerk, right?
What a jerk. I hope something bad, but something you can recover from happens.
No such luck.
No such luck. This ain't like snapping ribs out of a dude.
Look, buddy, this is just a little worse than escaping from a gulag with the rib bones of your fallen comrade.
That should be the third thing coming back, is that the Russian mob should come back, but instead of guns, they're all equipped with like rib cage knives.
Shit, rib shivs. Do you have your rib shiv? Yes. Good. It's all you need.
Yeah. Like this poor dude is completely oblivious to how much crap he's in.
Oh man. I like this little speech from Wesley.
It's smoke. So it's a smoke monster from Lost, is what he's saying.
Yep. Or it could be Galactus.
Oh. Oh. The past is your choice. You could have a space fart of a cloud, or you could have a big purple dude who eats planets. Your choice.
Yeah. We're gonna go with Space Cloud.
Again, your brother made knives out of rib cages. How are you this dense?
Yes, passenger side. I love that. That was him.
I love that. Just with the phrase passenger side, you know bad shit's already gonna be happening. Oh God.
It's like the first time you see Jaws in the movie, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, he has that look of like, I totally expect Wilson Fisk to actually be an alien bug. Man. And like this, I mean, it's one thing. It's like, I know this character's evil, but this is even like scarier than that. Is it's immature evil almost too. It's like he's doing all this from his perspective because he was embarrassed. Yeah. And it's like, it's the ultimate like toddler throwing a tantrum. Except this toddler is gigantic and can do this to your head.
They're just like sitting in the car. This dude's getting beat up all around this car. He's just
I mean, it was shit like that. Like, it was the fact that like Wesley at times is just so detached that I was seriously almost going the Fight Club route with him, where I'm like, is Wesley even there? It's like, is Wesley actually with the Wilson Fisk, and Wilson Fisk is just this weird, monstrous persona that shows up from time to time? But nope, they're full on. Geez, Louise. What? I've slammed my finger in the car door before. Can you imagine? Oh.
Yeah, it's terrible. Getting your finger caught in the door is absolutely terrible. Much less getting your head caught in the door.
Just imagine your head now. It's like, jeez.
And he's still slammed away. A little bit of brain matter.
Ugh. And a nice river there.
Oh my goodness.
Lovely.
The first time I saw that, I was flipping out.
The second time I saw that, I was thinking to myself, there's some toddler out there who just saw Guardians of the Galaxy with a lovable tree man and a raccoon. He's like, oh, there's another Marvel thing out.
You are in for a rude awakening, little child.
Again, really Marvel has become that brand that can appeal across several demographics now to this point, that they can have like the hard grizzled detective stories with Jessica Jones, the Goodfellas level of crime and violence with Daredevil, and then you can have light fluffy space fantasy with Guardians. It's like
I'm really interested to see what the Luke Cage show is gonna feel like. Like all these shows, they said are gonna have a different feel to them.
I'm secretly hoping for maybe some Superfly or to a lesser extent Dolomite type.
Yeah, I could stand for some Dolomite, a little pinch of Dolomite in there. That's fine.
I mean, not quality, obviously, but
all right, and that's it. Are you gonna end on a good note? You just cut somebody's head off with a car door.
I'd say there's no better note to end on than decapitation via car door.
I mean, like, I don't think I've ever seen that in anything.
Honestly, yeah, I don't think I have either.
Quite original, very good.
And you know what? I mean, it was definitely like it toes that line of a. I mean, no doubt this would probably be R-rated if it were a movie, but it does well with the concealment.
Yeah,
like it's not exploitive, I guess is what I'm saying. Like it's not like you actually see the dude's like head explode, like you were in a Tarantino movie or something.
But yeah, it's better. They handle it much better than obviously freaking like the Nolan Batman movies where there's zero blood and it didn't usually detract from the movie, but whenever like there's a cop riddled with bullet holes just laying on there with no blood, like
no blood at all. At most, all you saw was like what you think is like dust explode from him. It's like, oh, he's filled with straw. Okay,
yes,
that cop's all right.
Everyone in that universe is made out of straw.
Well, of course, in the Nolan verse, it's more of, again, it's the implication that there's a grievous wound there that's more damaging than the actual wound.
Is it?
It's about what you don't see in the Batman universe.
Okay,
that's my weird Nolan impression, I guess. I don't know.
Tell you what, I wish I hadn't seen Dark Knight Rises. That's for sure.
Well, that'll have to do for our To the Chat Cave, perhaps. For another
time. Fair enough. Yeah, this is a good episode. This is like a real, like, just shocker in the sense where, like, you see what the Kingpin is capable of.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to say it doesn't disappoint. Like, it's not like every episode now I'm expecting him to be like, I wonder what he's going to do with that dude in that fridge or whatever, like, like that. But it definitely establishes, like, okay, he's earned the right to be the force to be reckoned with for this season. So definitely we'll keep this going. I'm hoping 2 episodes every Tuesday works for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm all about that, man. Let's stay true to the course. But thanks for checking out the fan commentaries with us here for Daredevil. Thanks again, Max Andrews. Check him out, 3 Geeks Network. And again, I've been Mike McG at youtube.com/Mike McG TV. We'll see you next time. Keep your heads safe from car doors.